Parents, if your child is not walking yet, you need to watch this. By between 9 to 12 months, your child should be able to walk. But if by 12 months, your child is not able at least to stand on a wall or stand by any support, that is one of the signs that you should be worried that your child might have cerebral palsy. Again, at 18 months, if your child is not able to walk, this video is very important for you. I want you to watch this video very carefully, and if possible, if you know any other parent who have this child, it's good to share, because I'm going to talk about very important things. First of all, let's look at the parts in the brain that works to help a child between 9 months to 15 months to be able to walk. There are 3 parts. First, there is motor cortex. That's a part that is in charge of body movement and others. And again, there is cerebellum, where that part is going out to help your child with the coordination and balance. And there's also basal ganglia. Basal ganglia, that's the part that is going to make movement smooth. So these 3 parts for your child between 9 to 15 months, they are working together, sending signals to the muscles, sending signals to the nerves to help your child to move freely. But if at 18 months your child is not able to walk, and at 12 months he can't walk by any support, that shows you he might have cerebral palsy. And this is the best time to look for treatment. The problem we have, many parents stay in denial, thinking maybe it's something simple that will just change by itself. And they end up denying their children the best time for treatment. For cerebral palsy, the best time for treatment, like autism, Down syndrome, and other neurodivergent issues, before 3 years old, that's the best time. Because then the neuroplasticity is working is at the peak. So that time when you take your child for treatment, some neural networks in the motor cortex, in the basal ganglia, in the cerebellum, which have been affected, because cerebral palsy is something that happens either before birth, during birth, or after birth, and it's a brain injury that affects those 3 parts. So let's say your child, those parts have been affected, but you are lucky your child is still 3 years. Something can be changed. With Kunga therapy, with the points you work on, it is able to put the body at a resting stage, whereby your child starts feeling relaxation, and it goes too deep until it creates what you call transient hyperfrontality. So that time, that's when even the brain starts doing what we call neuroplasticity. So yes, it's good to work on the hands, it's good to work on the legs, but again, let's not forget that the brain is the mastermind behind everything we do in daily life. So if your child, let's say, is done Kunga therapy and they are working on different parts of the body to stimulate nerves and also to influence the brain to start forming new nerve cells, new neurons, that's the best time to do it, before 3 years. But the problem we have, we get to see parents when their children are now 10 years. So it's very difficult to help a child who is 10, 12 years, to help him to walk, to sit. Very difficult, extremely difficult. But for a child below 3 years old, there are a lot of things that can be changed. I've seen many children below 3 years. We support them. You find in 3-4 months, the child now is sitting, the child now is walking. But it makes you feel so bad, and it pains when you now see a parent is bringing you a child when a child is 12 years. That means that time is too late. But still, there is no time which is too late for therapy. Still, something can be done. Someone can work on the muscles. But with the formation of new neurons because of neuroplasticity, it's very difficult to say that a child above 8 years, above 10 years, that that you can change a lot on the formation of new neurons in his brain, especially on those 3 parts which are affected. And also, you might be wondering, what signs can I look for to know if my child has cerebral palsy? Of course, you find your child sometimes is using one side is weak compared to the other. And of course, you can even, there are different signs you can even see when a child is still young, before even 6 months. So, and I've made different videos talking about those early signs. But parents, don't deny chances for your children for treatment. We've seen what Kunga therapy can do. We've seen children who could not sit, whom their neck was weak, who could not even stand, but they are even standing. Others can be able to sit. So parents, don't give up on your child. If you notice some signs and you see your child has cerebral palsy and is below 3 years old, let know and discourage you. A lot can be done. A lot can be changed. But now it is going to depend on you. What are you going to do? Are you going to leave him to chance, or are you going to get him for support? Because the longer it takes, the more the brain neurons start now stabilizing. So if it is no longer the peak time for neuroplasticity, and you want now to get him for intervention after 10 years, you are not going to get the result you could have got when your child was still below 3 years. So you can decide to bring him at our center, Kunga Therapy Kenya, Lavington, and children below 3 years old, a lot can be changed. Children can sit, children, the neck can be strengthened, children can be able to walk, and we've done it for many children. So if you have that child, this is the best time to get him for therapy. If you can't bring him, if you are in another country or you are in other places, you are not in Nairobi, there are many other places you can take him for physio. Physio can also help a lot. You can take him for physio, you can take him for occupational therapy. But when you do nothing, then what are you going to expect? You should also expect nothing. But these children, they need support. Just that your child was born when the neck is weak, he can't sit, he can't stand, doesn't mean that is the end of the world. If he's still below 3 years, a lot can be changed and a lot can be done. Yeah, thank you.